Well, good evening and welcome to the Nighttime Heat, right here on Prime FM 105.5. This program is also being relayed on a radio Gegema that is in Nimba County, Kwatika de Bon County, and of course a radio Wulgisi in Olofo County where our dear president hails from. We are streaming live as usual on Prime FM Morovia 105.5. Again, Prime FM Morovia 105.5. We are streaming live. We are also streaming live on our YouTube and our Facebook channel. That's the Nighttime Heat YouTube and Facebook page. Again, if you want to follow the show online, just tap Nighttime Heat on your Facebook page, and of course, you're going to follow the show. Likewise, you want to watch the show on the YouTube channel, just tap Nighttime Heat, and then you subscribe. After you've done so, you hit the notification bell so that anytime the show comes on, you receive notification. So tonight promises to be very, very interesting. All we want from you, just share the show so that your friends, your relatives, your partners can also be on top of what is happening coming up tonight on the Nighttime Heat. We'll be treating 4 major topics tonight, including my guests and my panelists. When they join me, the guests will be joining at 8:30. I know my panelists will shortly be here. George Kennedy and Moses Sandy will all going to discuss the 4 major topics. Let me just give you a hint. You know, at 8:30, the drama at the House of Representatives. I'm sure you might have followed that drama yesterday that led to the throwing out of 3 lawmakers on the orders of Speaker Rachel Corner. So what does that mean? What is the signal? What's coming out of the House of Representatives? A divided House? We'll be looking at that tonight. Also, we'll be looking at or discussing or treating the topic. You know, President Joseph Yuma Boyka yesterday vetoed 11 bills. Wow. 11 bills. Again, let me say that. He vetoed those bills. What does it mean for the leadership of Speaker Rachel Corner? I think that's the first time ever for a huge number of bills of that nature to be vetoed by His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boyka. Also, tonight, we'll be looking at, yesterday, the Police Inspector General, Gregory Coleman, as usual, updated the public. What did he say about the man being linked to allegedly, to the raping of a 14-year-old girl, Deputy U.S. Sports Minister J. Bryant McGill? Well, the police IGs insisted that there's no evidence yet to arrest Bryant McGill, but he said no, they're still making frantic effort to ensure that they can get DNA outcome. Well, we'll be talking about that tonight. And also, is there any land dispute that's hanging over the CDC headquarters construction, or was it just some chicanery, coming from the other end of the country political sphere? We'll be looking at that. My man George Kennedy, giving me eyes. George, let me welcome you quickly. The two eyes you're giving me. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I just want to say thank you and good evening to our many listeners.
Okay.
Well, we still under the weather. Yesterday we spent the day in the hospital, but praise God, we our feet. We do our best.
I know, but man, just a coincidence. So you're wearing the same color of maroon I'm wearing tonight.
Jesus!
I just saw that.
Yeah, so maroon is a decent color.
Yeah, sure.
Very beautiful.
Well, a decent man who wear maroon.
Yeah.
Okay,
let me wear mine with black trouser. I know that.
Oh no, I'm wearing the whole suit.
I left mine the trouser. I decided to mix it.
Oh, okay. I'm wearing the diplomatic coat to the whole suit tonight. Let me welcome Moses Sandy. Moses, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I don't see my video from your end. What's going on? Am I coming as
Oh,
audience?
I,
I think
I thought that President Thompson was actually a
the
bit.
problem is from your end. Maybe you gotta
Okay.
go on the it's from
Yeah,
the
let
end.
me correct something quick and come back. Okay, hold for me. I think,
All right.
yeah, okay. Video. What's going on here? All right, let me go ahead and come back. All right, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so listeners and viewers who wanted to share tonight's show, it promises to be very, very interesting tonight. The discourse will have all sides, being part of it tonight. That's the reason why this show was launched, to bring all sides together. Whether you for government, whether you not for government, wherever you are, this show allows everybody to speak. It's not a show only when you go on, they're just beating the drum of the government and everybody dancing, or a show when you go on, they're beating the drum of the opposition and everybody. No, this show incorporates. This show brings everybody together. It doesn't, segregate. No, there's no segregation on this show. So tonight, it promises to be very, very fantastic. Very, very firing, I'm sure, because some of the guests that's supposed to be on tonight. I know, some of them I know their political linkage already, so they're not going to play tonight. So tonight promises to be very, 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 very interesting. Like I said, our first discussion, first topic that we'll be treating tonight will be the drama yesterday at the House of Representatives. That led to the throwing out of 3 lawmakers. Oh, can you imagine that? Tawombi, Kolba, and another guy called you. They all were thrown out yesterday on the orders of Speaker Rachel Cohn. It's good to have that gavel, and Speaker Cohn has begun using that gavel decisively. He's not looking behind, and he's not thinking. So what are these? Am I friends or not my friends? He said, well, when you slip, he uses his gavel against you. So tonight we'll be talking about that also. And then I'm sure you have heard that the president vetoed a huge number of bills. What does that mean for the leadership of Speaker Rachel Cohn? I'm sure this is the first of its kind for President Joseph Yuma Boaka to rebuff those sort of stuff. And also, police RG insists there's no evidence yet to arrest J. Bryant McGill. I will be looking at that. And then whether there's any crisis, land dispute crisis hanging over the headquarters construction of the Congress of Democratic Change, or was it just some chicanery somewhere coming from some sides of our political sphere? Well, what is on your mind, George? I know when Moses come, I'll try to introduce something quickly. But what have you been thinking about?
Yes, as I say, actually, those are all the main things, the main issues, the trending issues that you brought up. The surprising news today about the CDC's head office is one that is more trending. The issue in the House. This evening, while Speaker Cohn live, going to teach the class, going to teach IUL, and he was video live into the classroom a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, he said he was going to give Bible because the university educated him. I think that is good because in higher education, sometimes, in most cases, the portfolios of individuals, the titles they hold, the offices they hold, when they go to teach, add value.
Okay.
Yes, someone like that still in the classroom now. He's speaker.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't lay the chalk down and decided to go back to the classroom to teach. I appreciate that highly. I'm not a friend of his, but that is welcoming.
Well, I think it's actually embracing the fact that he can still think about going to the classroom, especially where he came from, and then he became Speaker, of the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
It is good to keep in touch, and I think that's what he's trying to do to still have students listening to him, and he's trying to provide education for them. I think let us applaud him for that. I think it's a very good mode. He could have taken that his busy schedule, his less busy schedule to do other things, but he decided to still go to the classroom and impact knowledge. Again, listeners, kindly share the show. If you want to watch the show online, just go on your Facebook page and you type Nighttime Heat, just 3 words. After you've done so, you're going to subscribe, and of course you follow the show and you share the show so that your friends, your relatives, your loved ones can also follow. Besides, you can also follow the show online on your YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel. Just type Nighttime Heat, just 3 words. After you've done so, you're going to subscribe and you follow the show as well on your YouTube channel. We also stream it live on Prom FM Monrovia 105.5. I'm sure I'm seeing Moses now. Moses is very crystal clear. Moses, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I see you and your brother, Mr. Kennedy.
Because my wearing the same color,
He's all better than
You guys are in. The both of you were looking one another closer,
He was doing so. But Moses,
I just want to compliment. Let me compliment you guys first for the color. I think it's a beautiful color, purple.
Yeah.
So it is good to be back with you and the people in Liberia. Let me say, it's always a pleasure coming to talk to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's listeners kind of share the show. This show provides you basic information, education as well. So just share. Go online and on your Facebook page, your YouTube channel, and type Nighttime Heat. You follow the show. You enjoy the show as well. But Moses, let me try to introduce something quickly before each set when our guests come in. I was sitting, Moses, and I thought and I was pondering over this, and I thought to just bring it up to you. You being an expert, in another word, it is your field. In another word, you are engaged with people of that nature. But Moses, let me ask, what are the processes leading to the full recovery of a drug addict? Because the reason why I asked the question, is it possible for one to be placed in the rehabilitation center and for a month or for 2 or 3 or for a year, and then after which that person is free of addiction? Is it possible?
Well, look, first let me say this, Sava. My counseling rate is $150 per hour. So you want me to do this for the people of Liberia free of charge, right?
Yes, do for us free of charge. We'll pay you one day.
On a more serious note, it is indeed a very salient question that you ask. This is very important because everywhere you take in our country, churches are all setting up rehabs. And they don't have what it takes, to run those rehabs. You have people with no education in this business, and they're all sending all rehabs. So let me answer the question quickly. No one graduates from the rehab. That's why we say no one graduates, and I will explain that. Addiction treatment is a continuous process. Take for example, and Mr. Kennedy, let me use you as an example here. If I say Mr. Kennedy came to Mr. Sandy's rehab, and after 3 months or after 4 weeks, I say Mr. Kennedy has graduated, that creates what they call false impression of completion. Now, Mr. Kennedy will begin to feel that, oh, well, I have done this because I have been clean for the past 4 weeks. Now I can do anything. I will not go back to this problem. And that's why you see the vicious cycle, meaning people running in and out of rehabs because of this false impression that they think they have completed. So that is a life journey. Now, let me give you the stages of change in addiction recovery. That is what happens. When someone is using substance and the first phase of that change process is what we call pre-contemplation. That is when the person is in denial. The person is spending more money. The person's family has been disintegrated. And you sober George, you tell him Moses, and you remember Moses, I mean, I think you have a problem. And Moses said, look, my man, don't bring that thought to me. And you know, I have no problem. This is what I do to enjoy myself. So that at that phase, the person is not willing to go in for treatment. The person is unaware of the consequences of his or her addiction problem. That's what we call pre-contemplation phase. Then after the pre-contemplation phase, you move to the next phase, which is level 2. And we call that contemplation. That is when the person becomes aware of his or her problem. The person says, oh man, I work in the free photo, but every time I take pay, I can't even pay my rent, even though the people pay me $1,000 more, $2,000 more. Well, I am spending $600-$700 to go to the liquor store, or $600-$700 to go looking for drug dealers. I can't buy food for my family. I think now I have a problem. That's when the person becomes aware of his or her problem. Okay? So when the person becomes aware of that problem, then the person is going to move to the next phase. That next phase is what we call preparation. That is when the person said, you know what? I heard about this guy, Moses, saying he's a counselor, he has a rehab, or he works for a rehab. I need to go find Mr. Sandy so I can sit and talk to him. Because this thing here is becoming a significant challenge for me. Or the person said, you know what, I need to find some money because man, I made a charge $150 per hour. I can just go there. Or I need to have insurance. So the
That's the
person
test stage.
yeah, that's the
Declaration,
third phase. Yeah, the third phase. The person is now preparing for treatment. The person says, I need to do this. So then, because the person has become aware of the negative consequences of his or her problem. You know, mom, you know, can't buy food for the kids, can't pay the rent, they've been moving from here and there, everything falling apart. So the person say, you know what, I gotta go find Mr. Sanya, I will get insurance. That phase is the fourth phase of treatment. That's what we call action. The action phase, the action stage. This is when the person is mobilizing resources. The person is trying to identify where he or she can go to get treatment. This is where the family now begin to say, hey, Mr. Brown, I think it is better we carry you to Mr. Sandy and for you to stay in the rehab for this level of time. That's the action phase. This is when the person comes in, the person is detoxed, the person is now receiving treatment. You know, after the person receives treatment, the person is detoxed, the substance is taken out of the body, the person attend a couple of psychotherapy group sessions, the person is going to counseling, the person, you know, is stable now. The person can engage with people, the person is no longer drinking alcohol for 2-3 months or so. The person is going to move to the last phase. That's what we call maintenance in treatment. So the maintenance phase is that you get to that level after the person has maintained sobriety, or the person has maintained what we call abstinence. It's the same as sobriety. It's the same as being clean. Stop using. Because A lot of people are constantly running in and out. So we gave them a period of 6 months to see that progression, that the man is not going to the liquor store anymore. The man is no longer going after the drug dealer. The man is now attending all of his meetings. He's attending to his needs or his family. He's keeping a job. The man is beginning to avoid people, places, and things, what we call triggers, the stimulants, what makes them do what they do. So when the person is at that level of the maintenance phase, that is where the person is taking all the actions to make sure that he or she doesn't go back to that bad behavior or bad habit. And this is why I would like for Senator DeLong and the others in Liberia who are literally misrepresenting the truth, telling people, oh, you know, you graduated. Look, my man, before you can get to that level of abstinence, you must have been able to maintain abstinence for 6 months. You're not drinking liquor. You're not using drugs. You're being able to go to work. You're being able to do other things to remain focused. You are part of what we call a support group. A support group is a group of people with similar problems coming together to support one another. So, for example, the three of us on this show here, I can tell some man, my man, what are you doing to really make sure that you're not going back to the liquor store? Then you say, my man, I know my problem is money, so I allow my wife to control all the money now. So, oh yeah, you know what? I will also do the same thing. And George will tell me, say, my man, whenever I'm tempted to go to the liquor store, I go do something else that will distract me. I do something to occupy my time. I try to avoid all those guys that we used to hang out with, or the bar we used to go to.
Oh, Moses, okay.
So it's a lifetime journey. It's a continuous process. And let me quickly say this, Soba. Some people can even go for 10 years. No substance use. People go for 10 years, 15 years. Guess what? That man can go to one event and the man takes a drink. All the 10 years that man was able to maintain sobriety, everything goes down like this. Because the man gone right back to doing the same old thing. Because once you take that first drink, you're going to take a second drink, you will take a third drink. Now people have to take you home. If it is drugs, you take that first hit, you're going to take a second hit, you're going right back again, then you're reinventing the wheel. And this is what rather frustrates me on my job. People will come to me, we do everything, we put all these interventions, we refer them to this, we do everything. I mean, the man is discharged after 2-3 months. I sit in my office, I go on the unit, and the man is smiling with me. Oh, Mr. Sandy. I say, yeah, what's going on? What brought you? Oh, man, it's my wife, man. And he gave me all these stories. Man, I was stressed over a little stuff. I lost this, I lost that. And I just took a hit, man. Or I went to the liquor store. I was at a party. So you see, we constantly reinventing the wheel because people are still repeating the same problem. So
okay, let's start them, Moses. You spoke about the stages of rehabilitation. Although this is not our discussion, I'm sure we'll have an extensive version of that maybe on Friday. But let me just recap the stages of rehabilitation: the pre-contemplation stage, the contemplation stage, the preparation stage, the action stage, the maintenance stage, and the abstinence stage.
Maintenance under maintenance, you're gonna have under their abstinence. Abstinence is the person is no longer drinking alcohol, is no longer using drugs. We also call that sobriety, where the person is not using any substance for that matter. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the last stage there.
Yes, maintenance. Maintenance is the last stage. So under maintenance, you're going to see abstinence. It means the person is not using the substance. You're also going to see sobriety. You know, it's a bullet right there. Sobriety will also be that the person is no longer using the substance.
Okay.
Now,
So
all the
most of,
person is focused on is to make sure that he or she doesn't go back to what he or she was doing before. That's what we
okay.
say is a challenge.
Okay. Moses, thank you very much.
Mhm.
We'll do an extensive version of the discussion because it's quite necessary. It's a way of providing education for our people.
Yeah.
So people who believe or think that an addict can go to a center and be rehabilitated in a month or two so that they can have a change of mind, to begin following all these steps in rehabilitation. We really appreciate most of you. Really appreciate you. I'm sure
Thank
on
you.
Friday we'll have an extensive version.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so
Sure.
Very
George.
Sure.
educative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have money to pay you, but I learned a lot from you tonight.
Yeah,
But man, I'm
sure.
sending my bill to you and someone George. That $300 right there.
We'll send your money. We'll send your money, Moses. But you're listening to the Nighttime Heat right on Prom FM 105.5. This program is also being relayed by Radio Gegeman in Nimba County, Kwatika in Bon County, and of course, Radio Wulagisi in Lofa County. We are also streaming live on Prom FM Monrovia 105.5 and also streaming live on our Facebook and our YouTube channel. Just tap a Nighttime Heat, after which you're going to watch the show online. We want you to share tonight's edition. It promises to be very, very interesting. We have a lot of interesting discussion tonight that will be treating. I'm sure you heard about the drama at the House of Representatives that led to 3 lawmakers being thrown out of sessions on the orders of Speaker Rachel Cohn. We're going to talk about that. That is as soon as our guests are coming. And also President Joseph Human Boakai veto 11 bills. Can you imagine that? What does that mean? What signal does it send for the leadership of Speaker Rachel Cohn for 11 bills to be rejected or to be vetoed by His Excellency? Also, we'll be looking at Police RG latest update. He insisted, because he said it before, that there's no evidence to arrest J. Bryant McGill. Well, we don't know whether it's true, but that's what he said. We'll be talking about that as well. And of course, is there any crisis, leadership struggle, land dispute rather, hanging over the construction of the CDC headquarters that is scheduled, the groundbreaking schedule for the 18th, which is on Saturday? Or was it just some chicanery from somewhere, from across the aisle, of individuals who thought that the CDC should have its headquarters? So you wanted to just throw some monkey wrench in. So tonight we'll be looking at that. We're hoping to have as guests, I know Mr. Edwin Fumble, he's already here. We'll have another, we have Representative Smoke Mulva. He said he'll be joining us. Mr. David Cody should be joining us. Mr. Vani Fumble, Vani Fumble, it's with the Unity Party now. He used to be with the Congress of Democratic Change, but he changed gear. He said, well, I can be with the CDC. I see something good happening in the Unity Party, so I have to associate myself with the Unity Party. So he's also on the show tonight. Madam Rose, Rose Joy, La Berne entrepreneur. She will also be joining us any time from now. And of course, Reverend Dr. Chris Tour, so Secretary General of the Council of Churches, should be joining us any moment from now for us to have our discussion. And like I said, kindly share the show. Just go on your YouTube or your Facebook channel and you tap Nighttime Heat to follow the show, and so that your friends, your relatives, your loved ones can also follow and enjoy the show as well. So, gentlemen, let me welcome all of you. First, let me welcome you again. Josh, I welcome you earlier, so I don't have to welcome you. Let me welcome Mr. Edwin Fumble. Mr. Fumble, welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. And Good evening to both of you guys. Who I'm glad that you guys are my panelists, always here to be able to inform our people. And good evening to our listening public out there.
Okay, I'm trying to send the link out. I just received this call to send this link. So welcome, Mr. Fambule. Welcome to the program. I really appreciate your being here tonight. Let's welcome Mr. Vani Fambule as well. Vani, welcome to the program.
Let me say thank you. Jonathan, it's a privilege to be here today. And let me say thank you to all the panelists. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Fambule, we'll have to look at your mark quickly. This is the link. I'm trying to send a link out to Representative DB. Jacob DB will be joining us as well. He didn't say it today, but he just sent me the text that he wants to be on tonight as well. So he will soon be joining us as well. Again, let's try to sort out the microphone of Ms. Vani. It's troubling that it's not clear. Let's try to sort that out quickly. Again, Mr. Fambule, again, just say something. Welcome to the program once again.
Let me say thank you.
Okay, we'll just try to call to you quickly. Let him come, or else we'll have to use just one microphone for two individuals. Okay, so gentlemen, again, let you know. Welcome to the program.
Okay.
Yes, the video will use that. Please put the camera. Okay, you got a camera on them already. Okay, gentlemen, welcome to the program. We're still expecting a few of our guests to join us any moment from now. Like I said, we have 4 major topics that we should be treating tonight. We are all aware of the drama that took place yesterday at the House of Representatives, where 3 lawmakers were thrown out of session on the orders of Speaker Rachel Cohn. We do have the video very shortly. We'll be playing that so that those who are watching also, following the show, can also see if they didn't see. We'll also be treating the topic about the bills, 11 bills vetoed by His Excellency Joseph Boyka. What does that mean for the leadership of Speaker Rachel Cohn? I'm sure this is the first time for such a huge number of bills to be rejected by His Excellency Joseph Boyka. And also tonight we'll be looking at the police Inspector General. Latest update, he said, well, there's no evidence to arrest Brian McGill. There's no evidence yet to arrest Brian McGill. We should be also looking at that. And then whether there's any crisis, and crisis hanging over the construction of the leadership dispute hanging over the construction of the CDC headquarters, whether there's anything of that nature, or it was just some chicanery from across the aisle. We'll be looking at that as well. So let's try to quickly play the tape of the speaker. Let me try to get the real one. Number 3 tape. Our speakers sent 3 through our lawmakers, 3 lawmakers. Let's see what we can get that tape quickly to play, and then we all can discuss it quickly.
That's the procedure. We came here, people took the proper money and they have it, they don't want to give it. Joseph Parker took the proper money and built his property in Lofa County. $10 million US. Where did he get the money from? Where did Joseph Parker get the money from? You can't report district number 10 development money in the future. Passive or evidence, and you castigator's house.
Okay, let's go. What did what happened?
Get out there and say anything that say there was no political favor. I'm urging you, say what you want to say in this place. Say what you want to say in this place and not out there. And then urging you. You got to please. I'm sorry to you guys. And we trying to behave. We're trying to have fun. That's what you're doing this hot. I'm the king. Mancatio. Honor. If you honor. Anyone say what they want to say, but if you out there, control your language. Control your language out there. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Call for petition. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Call for petition.
Okay, so I think, gentlemen, we follow the tape and we listen to the speaker very well. He said what he could, but let's go across the table. First, Moses, let's hear from you. What's your takeaway? You listen to the speaker when he was talking to his colleagues. What's your takeaway?
Well, first, I would like to begin by looking at the legislature with particular focus on the House of Representatives. That body is an august body. It's a sacred place. It's one of the most important institutions of government. So we expect that people in there will be level-headed. When they speak, they influence a lot of people. So we don't expect no one going there to be speaking loosely. However, this is where I differ with the speaker. First, let's look at the speaker. The speaker is not the father of the House of Representatives. He's the first of what? Equals in there. Meaning that he and his colleagues are on par. So gave a directive. He wasn't urging, he gave a directive that if you want to disagree, you want to criticize us, do it in this house, do it in the chambers of the house. But if you go outside of the house and speak according to the speaker, you must have a prima facie evidence to support whatever claim that you will be making. That is where, again, subjectivity is going to come in. What does he consider to be prima facie? Maybe different from what Yeke Koluba considers to be prima facie. It may be different from what Moses Semi considers to be prima facie. And guess what? There is also what a constitutional anchor to this discussion. Free speech is constitutional. It cannot be controlled by anybody. That's why we have a lawyer here. We have a student of law. It is stated that you have the right to express yourself, but you will be held for what? The abuse of free speech. So if I'm Moses go about, saying something that has the tendency of, that has a propensity of creating creating crisis in the country, I will be held liable for that. Okay. So I think the speaker his directive is it runs contrary to the principles of democracy. He's trying to control free speech, and that is not acceptable. That's where I would like to put it.
Okay, he runs contrary. Okay, we will hear from the others. Let me welcome Mr. David Coty. Mr. Coty, welcome to the program. And let me also welcome Honorable Jacob Debbie. Ms. Debbie, welcome to the program. And Reverend Christo, welcome to the program. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Saba.
Okay, so Moses has spoken. Let's hear from Representative Jacob Debbie. I'm sure he was in section yesterday. He might have witnessed what happened. What's your takeaway, Representative Debbie?
I think the speaker is behaving like a coward because he should be leading at this stage and allowing free speech, allowing us. We are not his children. I told him yesterday that we are not his children. We come to the house as all equal members. it is fortunate for him to have seized power illegally, and that way, now that we all have agreed, assembled, it is our right to exercise those rights, and they cannot trample upon our rights. I said it and I meant it. I told you that what he's doing, he's proceeding wrongly, because our rules are clear. Our rules are clear. All of us have the right to speak. We don't have to speak according to his likeness. We have to speak because we come to represent our own constituents, and they want us to push their agenda. We will respect one another, will not insult one another, and he should not trample upon our right. It's illegal to do. The Constitution provides for free speech, and our own rules provide for us to speak. We are immune to speaking what we want. When we do things against the House, obviously we have to face the law. But it's not his business to restrict us how to behave. So we told him it was wrong, and he had no reason sending Eugene and Tai Wongbe out yesterday. It was wrong. I am doing a letter on behalf of my caucus to tell him that he's proceeding wrongly, and if he continues, we'll sue the entire leadership.
Okay. So we heard you. Let's welcome Rose Joy as well. She's the only female on the program. Rose, welcome to the program. Welcome to the program, Rose.
How you guys doing?
Yes, we are okay. Welcome to the program. We'll come to you so that you can. Okay, so we'll come back to you so that you can give your position on that as well. But let's hear from Mr. David Cody. Mr. Cody, what's your takeaway from the video you listened to?
Well, thank you for the invitation once again. I'm always glad to be here. There's a difference between free speech and rudeness. You know, sometimes I'm so ashamed of our people. To be rude and to speak freely are two different things. This thing about debates is all over the world. In the British Parliament, the American Congress, people debate, but in a very responsible manner. But to see lawmakers just using any kind of words, calling a leader a rogue, just anything, I haven't seen that kind of word before. This is the first country in the whole world where I see anybody can just feel free to just talk loosely. So there's a difference between free speech and being rude. And the disgraceful thing is that when you hold that office, you're first presidential government. So I support free speech. I spoke freely when I was in the House. Oh, yeah. The speaker didn't stop me. But when you speak in a responsible manner, not insulting the leader of the nation, not insulting your own speaker, not insulting your colleagues, they will listen to you. So that's the first thing I have to say about it. What I see on the floor there most of the time, my friend, is so, I don't know what time to use, but it's very bad. So there's a difference between speaking your mind, speaking freely, and being rude. You embarrass the people you lead. Yes, we are ashamed. Thank you.
All right, so it means that you supported the speaker throwing out three of his colleagues. Let's listen to you, Mr. Vanny Fambula. Let's listen to you. Your take on what happened yesterday in the House of Representatives.
Oh, let me say thank you. Actually, let me just add to my big brother Koti.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a differences between free speech and that of rudeness. You know, the House of Representatives is not just an ordinary house. It's a sacred house where we use our democratic right to elect our lawmakers. Mm-hmm. And by electing them, we never just elected them just to go misbehave there. We elected them to go there and make laws, pass bills that will have the trickle-down effect for transformation of their constituents. By this identical individual.
Observation. The choice of voice by your panelists, I think they are disrespectful, and they need to paraphrase their words. Nobody is rude in the House, and nobody
you did not tell me. You sat there and
They were not in
So you don't have to put other people in the house. If the thoughts of worship and legislation are not correct,
and heard
don't
what
tell
happened
me to have a picture.
yesterday.
No, don't tell me that. You did it in the house. There was total blameless in the house. There's no way to punish it. Thoughts of word, choice of word, where? That's been ruled.
Allow Kofi and the rest of them to use all kinds of words. And I will leave. Because I will not be here and allow them to use words that are not words.
There's no way to call a rule.
But you know what? You should not use the word from people, but you don't know their character. You don't know them.
Don't
You use the word
you know all of you, man.
It's not acceptable.
You know all of you.
It's not acceptable. Nobody said for anything. Don't say all that thing. Don't do that. You are wrong. You can't say that.
Okay, welcome back to the Nectar Beat, recorded on Prime FM 105.5. This program is also being relayed by Radio Gagaman in Nimba County, Kwatika in Bon County, and of course, Radio Wulagisi in Lofa County, from where the president hails from. Gentlemen, please, we have to respect each other here. If your colleague said information, kindly listen to your colleague, let him provide the information. And then if you do have counter, you can also ask for time to give your counter. Please, we can't divulge this program into a shouting match. No, we can't degenerate the program into that. So, Mr. Cody, please, if somebody has information and they say, look, point of information, let's try to give the person that time. So, was his speech? Okay, yes, Mr. Fowler.
In the first place, let me say thank you. Honor the rubber rule of Lord. You have to see how best to protect your colleagues when they're giving that part of information. So he need to take his time, and I think he went through that rudiment. But let me just say this: you cannot come out with garbages against the first man within the republic, who is our father, and say YZ and try to do it in an arrogant manner. Look, the people of District Number 10 elected Yeke to perform in the interest of them. They never just elected Yeke to go and misbehave in the house. And it's saddening. So, since Yeke been in the house, what are some of his contributions when it comes to District Number 10 politically,
So
of the transformation in the interest of the people of District Number 10?
Mr. Fambola, in another word, you do support the decision taken by the speaker yesterday. You do support that.
Yeah, I support it hard.
Okay, let's hear from you, Reverend Dr. Christo.
Yeah, hello.
Reverend yes, let's hear from you. What's your takeaway from the video we played?
Okay, thank you very much, Saba. It is very unfortunate that to hear such kind of languages being uttered. However, there's a whole issue of a culture, a tradition that has been practiced coming from the last government. And so for now, for people who found themselves in this government, they don't have that, that moral right to question even Yeke when Yeke used profane languages against past leaders of the country. He even insulted past president, and people were there, as cheering squad. This is something that is unacceptable, and I think we should not be the issue. Should not be hearing Yeke or whoever when they carry out those things. On the other hand, Yeke has his right also as a lawmaker to be able to earn, what he wants to earn in terms of his own position, but he should be able to, do it in a cultural, more, I can say, the more civilized way to be able to project, his message that project his message that that he wants to send out, so that people will be able to understand him. But I think, as the Speaker of the House, I think the decision was was a little bit harsh. He is the father of the house. Nevertheless, of how the children misbehave, you're supposed to be able to use wisdom also in order to be able to take care of that. Otherwise, the house will be moving into serious conflict always. And we are talking about reconciliation, reconciling the country now. And there are people who are very angry now. So got to look at the whole idea of how we try to put our senses together, looking out, the common good that will develop this country, that will move the country forward and project us as a people, of integrity. So that's how I see this. It was very harsh of him to be able to, to throw them out of the house. I think we should have used his fatherly judgment in order to calm the situation down, make Yekenen to sit down there, and then be able to present the issue to them and say to them, look, we are honorable men, we must be able to listen to each other and other things like that. Thank you.
Okay, so listeners, kindly share the show. Please share the show. Tonight promises to be very, very interesting. Just go on your Facebook or your YouTube channel and tap Nighttime Heat. Just 3 words. You're going to follow the show and then share the show also. We are also streaming live on Prime FM Aurora 105.5. Let's hear from the lone female. What's your
yes? Before we hear from the female, can I provide information or something?
Okay. Let's hear from you, Rep.
So yesterday, the genesis is that yesterday morning we went to session.
Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead.
And said I requested motion for executive. It is our right, after we have read the agenda, for any of us to ask for executive. It is our right. We had a burning issue and we said motion for executive. Yeka did not insult, Star did not insult, Eugene did not insult. They came from the speaker's chamber with a mind to clamp down on us, to prevent us from speaking. I raised my hand. I said, motion for executive. I stood up. He did not send me out. He sent Yeke, Star, and Eugene out because they kept saying motion for executive and we have to have executive. So it was not, nobody behaved rude. Our legislative functions. And because the speaker is afraid of our presence, he tried to do that, intimidate us. So I wanted us to know the genesis and know why they were thrown out. Nobody inspected there yesterday. It was after he came before that happened.
Okay, thank you for the information. Madam Rose Joy, let's hear from you. What's your take about the drama that happened yesterday in the House of Representatives when the Speaker threw out 3 lawmakers?
So I want to tell it to everyone here. And this is not a surprise. This is nothing new to Liberia. Like what the other fella just said, that this man was the same way the past government, and we don't expect him to be different. So we are just working with the same person, just in a different term. Again, the House of Representatives, the House, there's a lot of work that needs to be done out here. A lot. I don't know, every day they attend sessions. What are the problems that they are solving? I'm so ready to, want to know, because the problems that in Liberia here, it's not easy. The problems are real. You have your citizens in this country can barely eat a cup of rice. You have foreigners in this country that are rich, and you have nothing on the floor to go against that, to say I must make sure my people be fed or have contracts in this country. We have companies, mining companies here. They are exploiting the country. So what is being said in that session? What are they doing? I don't understand. Like what are they? They were not looking at constitution laws to sit. Let's sit down and
Okay,
read it
okay.
really straight.
Madam
You know,
Rose George.
what are they doing?
Just
No,
hold
give
on,
me a
hold on.
second. Give me a
1 minute.
second. Just give me a
Yeah,
second.
1 minute.
Just give me a
Somebody
second.
wants to come
Yeah,
to
I
a point
want.
of information. Yeah,
I
just
know,
hold
but
it, please.
just give me 1 second before my train of thought. My train of thought
Okay.
before I lose it. You know,
Point of information,
I'm,
please.
Yeah,
I'm,
1
I
minute.
mean, just 1 minute. Just give me. We are in a country that the hospital, they are all messy. We're in a country that the youth of this country can't even take shower. They don't have no hope. What are they doing in that session? What are they
Okay, all right.
doing? What laws they are making?
Okay, let's hold it there, Madam Rose George. You said point of information.
Yeah,
Mr.
I would like to inform her that when she said young people or even the country, people are hard to eat, I would say no. Right now, I know when she seated, she called from America or something because her voice
Oh no,
speaks that
honey.
way.
Oh no,
But
I'm in Liberia. No,
you know,
I'm in Liberia. Hello? I've been
this
here
is
for a
that
whole year. I'm in Liberia. I'm not in America. I'm in Liberia.
I need protection,
I'm
please.
in Liberia. No, I want you to correct that. I'm in Liberia. I've been here for a whole year. So I'm in Liberia.
All right, Madam Rose George, 1 minute, please. Let him just
Yeah.
let us talk.
No,
Let
I
us
want you
talk.
to correct that because he's about to come back to me about America business. I want you to not black slack that. No.
Protect me.
Okay.
I
Madam
want
Rose
you to
George,
know I'm in Liberia.
Please.
go ahead.
Back arrest now is $2,850. So even the little man in West Point can afford currently now under the Joseph Umode government. Now, corporate rights already was at the time.
I think some of the show is now going off tangent. We did not come to discuss. We didn't come to discuss whether the UP is making progress on that. She made her point. Let us move on
I
back
made my
to the
point. You don't have
question.
to
The
come backslash your
discussion is
government.
about
I'm not
what
about
happened
government. We're
in the
about the
capital. We're
people.
not making no comparison yet. Who is improving, who is not improving. Let us focus on this. That's the
fine.
focus of our discussion.
Let's go off tangent. Let's hear from you, Mr. Edwin Famble, the law student in our midst.
Well, again, I'm just sitting.
We want you to address yourself to the video I will play.
Yes.
Listening to the speaker trying to restate his code.
Basically, I would differ with Mr. Koti. Maybe he could be my brother. But, that's
Yeah,
my
both of you are family.
of course, and we're from Grand Cape County. But the legislature itself is the political theater, and the framers of the Constitution knew that very well. So they gave them some kind of immunity. It's in Article 42.
Okay.
That whatever statement they made in their whatever act is done is privilege, meaning that they can go out there, outburst and say whatever they want to say. They can, In fact, if you even watch some of the parliament in Africa, people even throw, they fight each other, they throw chairs. One of the most important parliament I want you to follow is the South African parliament.
Okay.
This guy called Julius Malema. Many times he's thrown out of parliament, and in fact he even have his own political party. They wear different regalia. It's almost like they're trying to actually, let's say to the other guys we are different. So they come in that overhaul, ordinary casual workers that come with, they hire that. Of course, these are normal political.
So what I want you to speak to is
the problem here.
Does it have any legal implication?
Of course, yes.
It doesn't border on law.
Of course, yes. If you start to censor what your colleagues say in parliament, it's against the Constitution because they have right to express their own immunity. They can say whatever they want to say there. All right. That's why in there, whatever decision is taken is done by the majority.
Okay.
Now, what Speaker Kuhn also needs to say to his colleague, because if you are outside of the legislative functioning, if you are outside of the normal session, your statement is not under immunity. So if you go out there and defame anybody's character or you say something, against another law maker, he has the right to take legal action against you.
Okay.
The only person in this country that is immune from lawsuit is the president. The lawmaker can be sued. All right, but Speaker, who needs to understand, right?
So in clear terms, in clear terms, you are saying that the restriction he's trying to subject his colleagues to is a violation of the right to speak, free speech.
It is a violation of the Constitution. Is a violation of the right. Article 42 is clear.
Okay.
Judge Kennedy, whatever they want to say.
Judge, let's hear from you.
As a former legislative reporter, I will say tonight that what the speaker tried to do is that he tried to have control in the sense that, to have some level of authority.
You think that's the best way to have control?
It was. I can't say wrong. I can also say right, because
what can you say?
I can say that
wrong and right.
He should do it better than that.
Okay.
He should be more like engaging, because the law says that the legislature is protected by Article 42. Anything they say or do in session, they are immune, just as the justices.
Mr. Kennedy, your colleague just said, the law student just said, it's a violation to the rights of the rights to free speech.
So quote the speaker as saying that if anything you want to say, you say it here. That's what I heard him say. If you go outside, say anything, you defame anybody, you'll be held liable. That's why I heard Speaker Kun say here. I don't know what I
want information, please.
Okay.
Yes.
So information, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
One point here, in the 42, there are exceptions. It's not holistically giving right, to members just to misbehave. Now, they talk about peace, they talk about felony, and now let's look at the actions that unfolded in section when those guys were trying to see how best to make love in the interest of the ordinary people who today have no hope. That they took the social contract responsibility and gave it to this Yeke young man on the basis of the social contract. On the basis of the social contract.
We are not talking about Yeke. We are talking about the action taken by the speaker.
Can I be protected, please? I come in. So I was in Florida, right? So now, then look at the actions of the lawmaker, right? So the actions, it trying to jeopardize the peace, right?
No, we are not talking about a specific lawmaker. Let's try to get this thing straight.
Yeah.
We are talking about the action taken by the honorable speaker to throw three of his colleagues out.
Yeah, sure.
So that's where I was coming. That's why I decided to provide this information.
Yes, go ahead quickly.
Throwing lawmakers all of session is not strange. It's not a news. It's not strange in Liberia. It's not strange anywhere. We were covering the legislature as reporters many days. The true lawmakers also. So I don't think we should make this issue to look like a very big deal. If you misbehave in session, the speaker can honorably ask.
No, but what is the misbehavior?
Yeah, misbehavior is a case where you
heard Representative Dibby. He said nobody.
His side of the story.
But you heard him. He said nobody.
So you gave his side of the story. You opposed the speaker's action. So you gave his side. Someone who's supposed to. No. You will hear.
Hello. So let me provide it.
1 minute.
Let me provide it.
In 1 minute. Mr. Kennedy, 1 minute. Let the rep provide the information.
I will still deny it.
Go ahead. Representative Dibby?
Bosman. Yes, are you getting me?
Go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Before we went to session, Speaker Kun and 7 of his people have come from his office, like they always do. They will come from his office and they will tell who will take which motion. But since he became speaker, that's what he's been doing. So this time, before today, I have written him concerning our legislative projects. So we agreed that when we go to session, before session can start, we must have an executive. Apparently, someone from our meeting told them So they have met and said when we get to session, we deny them, and we in fact when they misbehave, we put them outside. If you continue to follow the formula, I'll be the leader of the group. After we read the agenda, I raised my hand and said, motion for executive. He said denied. My other colleagues said motion for executive. He denied. 3 of us said motion for executive. He denied. He said we should sit down and say no. We want the executive. It's our right.
1 minute.
1 minute. Now, gentlemen, you all listen to the representative. Does that constitute misbehavior? Let's judge.
Yes.
What makes it misbehavior?
In the legislature or any of those floors, that number dictates. When the speaker denies you, you know, over and over.
But on what ground? No, come here. It's not about
Somebody, you need to get chance to understand this thing. Somebody give chance to the man to talk, please.
Yes, the speaker has the right, but on what ground does he reject a lawmaker from giving information?
Very good. No, it was not about information. He said,
making a motion. That's the thing.
He said they call for a secret session. I don't support secret session.
Why?
The people will not like secret session. The people are like, for secret session, most of the time things can come.
What makes their action
be done in the public? Deny you. The speaker deny you. He said, no, you are denied. Please give me chance. Let me learn on this.
Information for you now.
In the legislature,
you don't like secret session. Hello. But secret session is part of. Hello. Secret session is part of our procedures.
Mr. Kennedy,
I'm not going to eat my time. As it disrupts, we're going to stay providing.
Yeah, you will provide. Yeah, Rep, come in, Rep. Representative.
Yes. Are you getting me?
Yes, go ahead.
Are you getting me? I'm saying secret session. Executive session is part of our duties. It's part of our workings. So he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to like it. It is part of our rules. Before we came to being representative, it has been here. So it's not him to like it. It's not the speaker to like it. It is us who have said it's our rule.
Hey, tell me what does a rule say on secret session? So someone can just say secret session today, then you get hold the rules, it should be automatic.
But look, Saba, if I can get it, Saba, let me just provide a little bit of information, please.
Let Moses come in.
Mr. Kennedy, let me just provide a little bit of information. Before I went back to this and became quickly, let me just say this. Before I went back to base and became editor-in-chief at LBS in the news department, for 2 years, I was legislative reporter. And at the Capitol, both houses, Senate and the House of Representatives, they often hold what? Secret session. It's part of the rules. If they have to discuss something that they consider more critical, that they don't want it to be exposed to the public,
Mr. Sandy, you don't have the right.
What are you saying?
I am saying
it is part of their laws. It's part of their laws.
Hey, Mr. Sandy, please don't make this thing. You covered that play for 2 years, covered it for more than 7 years.
Okay.
It depends on the nature of the issue and on the approval of the speaker.
Yeah,
so
but
secret session.
No, Mr. Kennedy, I'm only saying to you, I am only saying to you and the rest of the people here that holding secret session in the legislature is legal. Listen, allow me to make complete. Yeah, Mr. Kennedy, let me just complete. It's legal. If someone proposes that, if the speaker agrees, fine. If the speaker says no, it is also okay. We cannot say it is illegal.
The leadership, the speaker, I agree.
1 minute, gentlemen. The Representative DB said that when they requested for that, the speaker denied them.
Fine. So
now, the question, no, Akani, what is misbehavior to you.
Fine. Misbehavior is where you don't want to allow any other discussion to take place until the speaker you to your motion, to your request.
Yeah, sure.
That's what they did today.
Sure.
But let me tell Honorable DB this. This is wrong. You stay thinking about the part of the speakership process, and you say in your opening remarks that the speaker who was wrongfully who hijacked the leadership. The speaker was elected formally after that crisis. Sure. The first accept
Yeah.
Let the honorable man understand this and accept it. Not he alone know about these processes. Let him know that when it comes to executive session, it's in their rules, you know.
Mr. Koti.
Secondly, it's not just by single motion that it's not accepted by the speaker that will allow executive session to take place. I said personally, I don't support it. It doesn't mean that it's not in the rules.
Okay, you made a point. You made a point.
In public.
Now, gentlemen, we have to go across the table maybe for just a minute. You can respond to that. This is what happened yesterday, where the speaker had to throw 3 of his colleagues out of session because they didn't do what he expected them to do. Gentlemen, what do we see happening? Does it mean that because we saw 2 different groups doing the rigmarole, concerning the removal of the speaker? What do we see happening? Is it a divided house that we are now seeing happening, or what is it that we are seeing happening, especially with that tough, harsh decision taken by the speaker to throw 3 of his colleagues out? Let's hear from you, Representative Dibi.
Are you talking about what do we have, a divided house?
Yeah.
Yes, the house is still divided because of the way certain group of our colleagues are proceeding. The fact that we have reached out to the speaker and told him this is a house, the 55th, we have gone through elections, we have come back, they're reconciled. And I'm sure this is the first major week session that we're going to be having since we came back from the impasse. We have extended olive branch. They have refused to incorporate. If you look at the composition of our committees, which we're going to be talking about in subsequent times, one person is co-chair to 2 different committees and chair to another committee. So they have shared the committees among themselves and excluded us. So those are things. If you want a united house, you need to incorporate everybody. And since the committee was constituted, they have not published the list of the committee members because of what they're doing. So
thank you, Rep, for your perspective. That the house is still divided. Let's hear from you, Reverend Chris Toll. Do you see we have a divided of representatives?
Yeah, thank you very much, Saba, for that. We were involved with the reconciliation process at the legislature when they had the fracas with regard to the leadership. And one of the promise that the speaker, present now, Rachel Combs, made to us as faith actors was that he was going to reconcile the house. There was a proposal that we also made to him, and that proposal was to see how he could be able to have an inclusive leadership in the house, of which he also informed us that he was going to do so. So it is our hope that the whole process of reconciliation will take course, and there will be inclusion into the process. It's about Liberia. It's not about fight. So I think the house, if they not reconciling and not including others into the leadership process, that would lead to more confusion. And I don't think it will yield anything good in the House. It will be every day yo. So the Speaker should be able to listen to what to us and what he promised us as the fake actors that he was going to do. Let him do that. We want to see a reconciled House. They may not all agree on certain issues, but let them be able to agree on things that will move our country forward.
Okay, thank you, Reverend. David Cody, do you see a divided House with what happened yesterday in session?
I do not see any divided House. I see a House that is very restricted. We who were there from 1997 up to 2003 were considered the rebel lawmakers. In other words, we came in right after the war, but our behavior was a little different from now. Maybe the money is too much for these guys. Let me tell you something. This issue about throwing people out is not a strange thing, like Mr. Kennedy said. And Mr. Kennedy is not saying that Rule 42 people cannot go to secret sections. But the point is, when you have asked for a secret section and the Speaker has not okayed it, it doesn't mean you should be shouting all over, disturbing the place. No. When the Speaker will say, my friend, if you can't allow us to have any law and order here, get out. That's the point. So nobody is throwing anybody out because you express your views, but because you're making too much noise out of us and nobody is getting anything.
Okay.
So that's I heard a current lawmaker, I think it's DB, saying that somebody is on two committees. Co-chair. I was some of the Youth and Sports Committee and also co-chair on two committees in the House. So it's nothing strange. No, it's nothing strange. And I don't think people went. Oh no. Okay.
Mr. Cody, you made the point already. Madam Rose Joy, do you see we have a divided House of Representatives? So what happened yesterday?
I'm not really interested in talking about those people. I don't have nothing good to say about them, so I'm not really interested in talking about them.
Okay, so let's leave it on that. Yeah. Let's leave it on that. Mr. Vanning Fambule, do you see a divided House?
No, for me, I don't see a divided House. Because let's say, for example, right? Leadership starts from the home. So you the head of the home, you the father, right? When your child try to misbehave and you try to discipline the child, so you think your house is divided. Now, the Speaker is a custodian of the gavel, right, in the lower house. And he is there to govern every activities within there. So when an individual or lawmaker who is not the Speaker decide to go unorderly, he who control the gavel try to implement the gavel.
Okay.
So I don't think actually
there's divided House. Okay, thank you. Mr. Edwin Fambule.
Well, I would say yes. There's still divide in the Capitol building, and like I said earlier, that's a political ground. In fact, there should be reasons why they should even be divided. Because that is the intent. Once you put 73 people in the place, it's for them to have different view. All right, and with the impulses that happened with the issue of the Kofa and the Kun group, and then they went to Supreme Court, that impulse is still there. There is still people who I don't care what you do, they will resist the Kun leadership. Now, what Speaker Kun needs to do as the leader, he needs to extend an olive branch.
Okay.
Like the Reverend said, that's the best way to do. How do you incorporate all of your?
You need to go across.
You don't want this impulse to happen again. Now. You had close to 29 or 30 lawmakers that were supporting the other side. All right. There are also people that could be on the Kun side that are also dissatisfied. You don't want that number to start claiming, and then tomorrow again, boom, there's another crisis again.
Okay. So you see a divided House,
of course.
Let's hear from you, George. Mr. Kennedy.
I agree with Mr. Fambule. The truth is, everything I would say when time for the truth, if you say it. There's a divided House, and Representative Debbie dealt with it. He and I have been disagreeing, but he dealt with this. they're not satisfied because they are not on committees. And I know that's what sometimes can bring the confusion.
Okay.
I want the speaker to extend olive branch. You know, you may see one person, two persons that seem to be against you that you see as people who you don't like. In the house, that number can germinate in the way that people are not even expecting. And that number could be the one that will sign resolution. Okay. And that resolution will be surprised. They will use someone from within your own party against you. That's why I've been seeing all of them were covering that place. So I think Speaker Coon should reach out to these guys and then see how they
include them on committees. Okay, Moses, do you see a divided house?
Well, look, absolutely. Absolutely. And let me wear my clinical hat. Let me speak here as a clinician. What is happening in the House of Representatives? The guys, especially those that were defeated, are struggling with what we call loss and grief. Some of those guys were on prominent committees. And now you have a Coon and his group of people who feel that those people did not did not support them. And those people are being ostracized. What is happening, the whole decision, my assumption is that there is a ploy to further silence those people. The speaker is the presiding officer. If the man erroneously believes that Moses Seni is a troublemaker, Moses Seni can go to session and raise his hand more than 100 times. The speaker will never recognize Moses Seni because the speaker believes that Moses Seni is a troublemaker. That's how the speaker sees Yeke Koluba. That's how he sees other guys who supported Kofa. So we have a divided House of Representatives. How do we heal? Is to reconcile, reach out to everybody, embrace people. This is how you demonstrate leadership. But you don't come there trying to infringe on the rights of the people. We have a divided house.
So in other words, Speaker Coon, you don't see any attempt by Speaker Coon to reconcile, especially with the way he's starting now.
I don't see the reconciliation because if you want to reconcile, you reach out. You become approachable. That's how you reconcile. You admit that something went wrong. And so let's talk about it.
Sober. Yeah, okay. I just want to come in to add to what Moses said. That, what goes around comes around. And Speaker Coon should be very knowledgeable of what happened to Speaker Kofa. No one is an island. It has happened in the house for many times, and we are talking about reconciliation. The president has pronounced a period of reconciliation in this country. He has apologized to the Liberian people for what happened, and they who are following the president's footsteps should be able to exemplify that leadership. He pledged that to us, and we expect him. We expect him to do likewise. We're going to further engage him. We're going to further engage him next week. We're going to be at his office. We're going to further engage him in that. We're going to make sure that he either follow that process of reconciliation, or if there's any other thing that happened, he hold himself to be responsible for that. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yes, George. Reb. Yeah.
I want to provide this information. Our rule, rule 53. Rule 53, 3.4, 5 and 6, it talks about the conduct, the composition of the committees. It said no member shall serve as chairman of not more than one committees. No member shall serve as co-chair on more than 2 committees. No person of a statutory or standing committee shall serve as co-chairman on more than one committee. No chairperson of a statutory committee shall serve as co-chair of another statutory committee. No member should serve more than 5 committees. And now the composition of the committees, they for the 2 or for the 3 of them, they are on 7 committees. All the committees, chairperson here, co-chairperson here, and that's what we have said. You have submitted the list of the committee so you can see. We met the president after the impasse. The vice president questioned the speaker and said, all the people introduce themselves, they are not on committees. All the committees are your people, you are bringing trouble. And up to today, they have not submitted the list. And people need to be honest and tell people the truth. The problem that's in Liberia is all of us because we elect somebody, so we'll not tell them the truth. That's why
Okay, Rep.
Liberia.
Thank you.
And our
Thank you, Rep. Thank you, Rep. Yeah, John.
So for once, as I said, the second session, I agree with Honorable Debbie. I can be very clear on this. The speaker, if he's making any inroads to reach with these guys, I think he should step up.
Okay.
Because what we see is the number of the guys that are resisting, they're not that many, but there may be others that's sitting and watching. Probably he's gone there and push someone else up and leave in a small group. I think he should go there and do it. That rule 53, whatever he was quoting, I think they should respect it. And I would like to also, Kuti, the time you were in the house, the membership was small. All right. So right now it's grown to 73. At that time, people were less. So probably you could see one person serving on 3, 4, 5 committees.
Yeah, okay.
So that's a fair reconciliation I would like to make here to say, look, let the speaker open it up. Let him include these guys.
Let me come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Koi, what do you want to talk about again? We have to go to the next topic.
Let me come in quickly. When we were there were 34 committees. And we were 64 members of the House. 64 members. The MPP had 9 members there, and we were just the rest. It was not about being small at that time. It was about the rule. Our rule, open it up that we could do 2 or 3 on one committee, on several committees.
Okay.
Their rule says,
All right. Okay, Mr. Kodi, thank you very much. Gentlemen, let's try to go to our second topic to treat this topic quickly. You're listening to the Nighttime Heat. You can share the show. We want you to share tonight. It promises to be very, very interesting. Just go on your Facebook or your YouTube channel and tap Nighttime Heat so that you share the show, and your friends, your relatives, and loved ones can also follow on what's happening tonight. Let's try to get a table regarding the Inspector General. He spoke to the nation. He updated the country. Let's try to listen to that tape quickly. About the rape case involving okay, you have to take.
The last update on the Brian McGill case, we were at the point where his phone was being analyzed. We had exhausted that of the cell phone tower records, which supported his alibi. And we had 2 last steps, and that was one, the analysis of his phone, and that of the DNA testing. The phone analysis has come back, and we still have not found anything incriminated in the phone to have him charged. So at this point, the last thing we're looking at will be if we can find any other information from the DNA analysis. Unfortunately, the machines here are not working, so we've asked for help, and we're still waiting for response from the governments that we've asked for help on this issue. And let me say this: we're investigators. We cannot allow our personal emotions to lead the investigation. Then basically, we failed. We've already failed. And to a larger extent, I think emotions have been high for all of us.
Okay, so that's the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Gregory Cole. Gentlemen, do we still have Rose Joy on the program? Okay, since we're talking about rape, alleged rape of the 40-year-old girl, the police has just said that's his latest update, that there's no evidence yet to arrest Brian McGill, despite the victim continues to point accusing fingers at Brian, despite the hospital or the clinic confirmed that there were penetration, but the police is still insisting that it doesn't have any evidence yet to arrest Brian McGill. Let's hear from you, Rose Joy, on this one, your perspective. You are not coming in. We are not hearing you.
Sorry, I was on mute. I'm sorry. So, like I said, I just decided to insert myself into this country, where I see a lot of things happening here. I think this rip kiss, I don't see it going anywhere, because apart from this guy ripping this little girl in this country, a lot of older people that's in power, take advantage of little girls in this country. So it's not going to go nowhere. From where I'm at, where I came from, if you tell a cop that you're a little girl, you are going. I don't care if you're a representative, if you're a senator, congressman, you're going to get arrested. And it's different here. I hear him talking about the phone record. I don't know what type of record he's looking at, because is he following the guy record from 6 months ago? Is he trying to see where he's calling? Do he have data to know his
You're listening to the Nighttime Heat, I'm sure. He has to do with his internet. Madam Rose Joy? Okay. All right. It seems that she's muted. She's muted. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
back.
Yes. So I don't, just to close this, I don't see this going anywhere, because it have to do with the society. If this society was about protecting the young women of this country, then we will put in more effort when there's a case of rape. But it's not. It is like normal. People here, they do a lot of crazy things here. So it's not going to go anywhere.
Okay, so in other words, she has already lost hope. She believes that the case will not go anywhere. Let's hear from you, Representative Jacob Dibi. You in the house there, and then following this case, you listen to the act. What's your takeaway?
So, like everybody's saying, rape, the fact that there is a probable cause, and that's what beating my imagination. When there is an allegation of rape, when the police does not need DNA to establish it, the police does not need CCTV to establish it. The fact that the young girl has consistently said, this is the person that raped me, and the medical doctor established, or the medical report established, that there was a penetration, this person must be arrested, and he has to go to court to be able to exonerate himself. This is a very new precedent the police is setting. It's a new precedent. They try to bring a CCTV. We saw the girl to the gate, but then you didn't see the girl moving anywhere again. So what happened to the time that the girl was at the gate? Where did she go? They destructed all of that. But my point here is, once it has been established that there was a rape, there was a penetration, the police only need a proper cause to arrange you to court. The police does not need DNA. I've never seen in my life, in Liberia, in Morovia, where somebody was accused of rape and they went to get the DNA. Two of my questions are in South Beach, allegation of rape. Even though one of them, their friend slept with him that night, when they alleged that he raped a person. The father said, this man, I saw my daughter coming from his house. The next thing they did, they sent him to South Beach. Now, the girl said, I went to this man's office. The man penetrated me. They found out, they went to hospital. The hospital said, yes, there was a penetration. What else do we need? We don't need DNA to prove this. The police is setting a record. and this is going to hurt our country. We need to call the spirit is what happens to John happened to Paul. The police is setting precedent, and I'm sure those who are human rights lawyer group need to show that this little girl gets justice. That's why.
Okay, Reverend Crystal, from the perspective of the Council of Churches, you listen to the video. What's your opinion, your take on that?
Thank you so much. I think the last time we talked about this, it is very unfortunate. And I think if the police feel that they don't have any evidence, then let President Bouakai reinstate Brian McGill. There should be no reason why he was suspended and he was replaced. There should be no reason. If he was not involved in any act, that's an allegation. Just like Representative Debbie said, we should be let justice be done to all. Whether the issue is alleged, and let him be arrested and let him exonerate himself. But to say you don't have any proof that's the reason why you cannot arrest him, it's very unfortunate and disappointed. And I think this will bring about the people coming up and speaking that the police, the whole issue of trust even in the police will be diminishing. So the police RG, we are listening to him, and I think that was not a wise statement from the police director. I think the whole issue of his action and that of the chief executive of this country action, they are in contravention, and I think the people are looking at this, and we are listening, and we are following this, and I think this is a human rights issue. It's against the right of the little child. That little child needs to be protected, and if the police cannot find a means for the protection of that child, then I don't know who will we trust.
Okay, David Koti, let's hear from you. The police said that the full analysis has already been done. It means that they've completed that already, and they didn't see any link. But they are still waiting for DNA test conduct. They're still waiting for the request, the approval or consent of individuals or countries that they have helped. They have asked to help with the whole DNA process, because we have a DNA machine can be machine as a big country like Liberia. Let's hear from you, David.
The highly respected police inspector did not say that they have no proof at all. All he's saying is that we're still working. We're still looking at this issue. I'm not going to join about it to say his statement was unwise. No, these are security people. If they had come and said nothing happened, nothing ever took place, that's a different issue.
Now, Dave, let me ask you. I'm sure you're quite aware that the clinic confirmed that there was penetration, right?
Yes, I heard that.
Fine. You also heard that the girl has named Mr. Brian McGill as being the doer of the act. You heard that, right?
I heard that.
Can I come in for a second? Can I come in?
Okay.
I want to disagree. I want to disagree with Mr. David. Mr. David, as a police IG or whatever he is, you have to be very careful with information. Because you are dealing with people out here, and also it's a woman thing. I don't want to talk on because I'm a woman, so I want to be passionate about this. But you can tell me somebody didn't rip me when you wasn't in the room with me. You can't tell me that. So you have no right to come to the public and say you don't think there was a rip case, or you don't think there's rip bueno because of phone record that you did not see or whatever. Once I tell you I got ripped, your responsibility is to make sure that I'm protected. You must take that person to prison, and then we have to go to court and find the way that he didn't do it or he did it. You can't tell me. You
I have
can
a,
tell
I
me,
have
Mr. David,
a,
that what he's saying is right. No, he's
All right.
wrong.
may I continue?
He's wrong.
Rose,
He's
let's go
May
with
wrong.
I
that.
continue?
Rose,
He's
let's go. Yeah,
wrong.
Mr.
The only,
Mr. Let your
the only
thoughts.
reason, yeah, may I continue, please?
Yeah, go ahead, Mr.
Am I
Kuti.
continue? Thank you.
Yes, go ahead.
The only reason why I'm trying to be a little careful with this case is the age of the girl. But when it comes to people and women in this country, you lie too damn much. Look, let me tell you something. We have seen cases where people lied on people here. They were taken to prison after several months or years, then they took him out. So for mature people like you, I don't even want to talk about you. These things happen. You lie too much on people. The reason why I have to be careful with this particular case is that
So
the
what
girl
are
is
you,
14 years old.
Mr. Kuti, what are
But
you
with the
insinuating?
bigger women,
Mr. Kuti, what are you
with the bigger
insinuating?
women,
A 40-year-old girl
No,
lied on.
no, so
Mr. David,
no.
Mr. David,
I'm not saying,
if
Sober,
Mr. David,
I'm not
if
saying that.
women
I'm
in
not
this
saying that.
country,
Sober.
if women
May
in
I,
this country come
May I
out,
just say
I'm on the
something
floor.
quickly?
I'm on the floor.
Mr.
I'm on the
David,
floor.
if
I'm on
women
the floor.
come
No,
out in
no.
this country
I'm on the
and
floor.
talk
Sober,
I'm on
about
the
what
floor. I'm on the
happens to
floor.
them in this
May
country
I go? I
because of
continue. I'm on the floor.
where the
You
what
can't
the
interrupt me like that. I'm on the floor. I'm on the floor, please.
men will
May I
do in
continue?
this country.
And someone
A
got to
lot
talk.
of
Someone
diplomatic
got to.
men will go to prison in
I'm
this
on the floor. I'm on the
country.
information,
floor. I'm on the floor.
information, Sober,
Madam, I'm on the floor.
information.
I'm on the
Mr.
floor.
Mr.
Sober,
Kuti,
No, but you can't.
information, please.
You're not interrupting me.
Mr. Kuti, 1 minute. Mr. Kuti
No.
wants to.
Information. I just want to provide a
1
little
minute.
bit of
Mr.
information.
Kuti, welcome, Moses. Mr. Kuti,
Mhm.
you made a statement, a blanket statement by saying women lie on the men so much. So she's trying to
That's a
cut
Yes.
in into what you said.
that's a
So
problem.
you should allow her to come in, Mr. Kuti. You remain quiet and let her come in. Moses, I'm
Yes.
coming.
Oh,
You
Okay.
oh,
if women come out in this country and say the things that
oh.
Let's go ahead. Rose, go ahead.
Internet.
Okay.
Okay.
What? Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. While you're coming in, let me just say something quickly.
Mhm.
Mr. Koti, with all due respect to you, the statement you made is very condescending. You
sorry.
came across as someone who holds prejudice against women, and we shouldn't do that. You are a prominent person in our country. When you speak, people listen to you. For you to come with a prejudice that women lie, it means that you have already taken a position in this matter. You did not come in with an open mind. You came in accusing women of being liars, insinuating that this young lady actually lied on this guy. I think, Mr. Cody, this is unfortunate. Let me stop there.
So-
Sorry.
Okay.
Mr. Kuti,
Thank you. Mr. Sandy, I think I need to clarify this. I'm not saying all women. I like your point. Thank you very much. You are very intelligent, polite, and making your point. Thank you very much. All I'm saying here, with the case of the 14-year-old girl, I cannot say so much about that. But when I heard a lady saying here, by the way, Mr. Koti, not Mr. Dillon, Mr. Koti. When I heard her saying that when I am a woman and I say that somebody raped me, you should just be arrested. No, it should not be so. Not because you are a woman and somebody went in the room with you, you say you were raped because you just be arrested. No. We have seen people lying on people in this country. Not all women. Some women do it. And sometimes people go to jail for months or even years. So don't say, if I'm a woman and I go into the room with somebody and I say they raped me, it should be true. No.
Okay.
That's the
All
point
right,
I'm
Mr.
making.
All right, Mr. Kuti, made a point of it. Mr. Vanny Famble, let's hear you.
You know, actually, I'm disappointed in if Lily that just make a blank statement. Not because you the female, right, or you the woman, you have the right to just come out to say, "Oh, I was raped by John Brown." So, the government should not go through due diligence when it comes to the essence of the rule of law. No, absolutely no. You don't do that. Now, the essence of morality matters a lot. I will get what I'm saying to you. So, over the years, people build that character, right? Brian McGill is not just an ordinary presence in Liberia,
right? And been knowing Big Brother McGill for a very, very long time. He have a family.
What? So what?
Please protect me here,
Let the
please.
man talk. Let the man speak, please.
Protect me.
Mr. Cody, can you be quiet? Mr. Cody, you are not driving this car. Be quiet. You are not driving here.
Protection here,
Yes,
please.
go ahead, Mr. Family.
You know, landlady have to take her time.
Protect the man.
Yeah, actually, let me be frank, right? Let me just say this and just try to buttress Big Brother Kuti, right? Some ladies really actually lie, broad day lie on most of we the men.
But let us not jump. Let us not.
But you listen to us.
I'm coming now.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Let's speak to what is happening.
Yeah.
Are we saying that a 14-year-old girl lied on Brian McGill?
Let me just say this. The reason why you listen to the RG who have more than 10 or 20 years experiences in the security sector and of our country, he not just come like a juvenile to this process. He understands security for the past 10, 15 years, right? Now, he came out with his data that he collected on a fee, and there was no sufficient evidences, right? So, and even the machine that's supposed to do, that identical testing to get all evidences beyond all reasonable doubt, that if yes, or mind you not, even the child can be taken to a hospital, right? But the hospital can also be paid to damage somebody's character. How are you getting that?
Right? Why you saying?
I come in 1 minute.
Is that why you
we are discussing morality here. I come in now, right? So
the whole discussion is just going off tangent now. The whole discussion is just going off tangent, man.
Your point was not on tangent. You gotta protect us here, man, please. Moses, protect us here.
Yes, but you going off tangent. What Moses saying?
Moses, because I'm not speaking to a taste. We are not here to support everything you people will say and just being a vote. We're going protect me, please.
This case is very sensitive.
Okay, let me hold it. Let's go to Mr. Edwin Famule, the law student here. Mr. Famule, let's hear from you.
So I think we've discussed this thing over and again. And the last time, for me, my thought on this issue have not changed. Sometimes we put too much sentiment when it comes to rape issues. Now, I think the RG was very clear. Mr. Brian McGill is claiming alibi, meaning if this lady can prove that she and I was in this place at the same time, then I'm guilty.
Sure.
They look at the cell phone records. And the good thing about it, these mobile phones can track us everywhere we are, because whatever call you make here is going to bounce on the tower. So they can pin your location there. And with all of the information that they have checked, they've not found any sufficient link to be able to say, yes, the two persons were in the same proximity at the same time. Now, this lady left from Mr. McGill's office at 6 o'clock, or maybe somewhere 6 to 7 o'clock. She didn't get home up to 10 o'clock or 10:30. Is it possible that she passed somewhere and maybe she had some kind of a stuff, and then when she went home and they started to ask her?
So then why you didn't call that person's name?
No, I'm coming. Somebody said,
I'm coming. Why do you think I'm coming? I'm coming.
Yeah, go ahead.
The hospital did confirm penetration.
Of course, yeah.
And the little no, please 1 minute, Mr. Koti. I'm coming. The little who is the victim now knows who has done knows who has done the penetration. Why you think she couldn't call somebody? They got a couple of deputy ministers at the Ministry of Youth.
It's also possible that she'll be covering up for her boyfriend. And that's why. See,
Mr. Cody, you gotta be quiet.
Slower. In legal matters, you gotta be very careful. And I hear people saying, why do they dumb the thing and take their hand? First of all, our criminal justice system had three components: the police, the court, and the corrections. Whatever goes to the court has to be investigated properly by the police, because at the end of the day, it is the police that have to go to the court to testify to what they are presented to the court. So in this case, you can just be telling the RG, go put him in jail. During the opening of the court, the Chief Justice said it. You have over 100 and some more persons accused of rape. Some have been in our jail for more than 10 years. That's violation of their
right.
fundamental human rights. Right. Not because it was done yesterday, so we should continue doing it today and clap. You, the new rape law, it contravened the Constitution. It was done because at that time we had a female president who was pushing for it. Today, there are young people whose life has been destroyed because they were accused falsely. I can say this to you. There's a prominent student leader who's today he's somewhere in India dying. Fanny Jesse. He was placed behind bar. That thing broke that young man down. He came from jail. Today, he's halfway gone. So we have to be very, very careful. Not because people were here agitating or...
So in another word, you are saying that you do support the IG statement.
I do support the IG statement. No evidence there yet. This is a criminal case. Right now, let me tell you again where they could come out again and start making noise. If the IG forward Brian McGill to court, and Brian McGill go to court, the law says you should prove your case beyond a reasonable doubt. And Brian McGill go to court. The first thing the court look at, you say, okay, you and this man were here at so and so time. They subpoena the cell phone records. And it shows that Brian McGill was not there. Right there, Brian McGill can claim alibi. And the court will set him free. So the IG is saying, we don't want to go to court with all of these, actions. Let's wait until we get a DNA result to prove that actually the person who treated this woman is Brian McGill because the DNA match. Then we can now
our DNA. Yes, however, we don't have a DNA machine.
We don't have it.
Okay. Let's hear from you, George Kennedy.
So the other day, I said here, I support this process. But why did they start with the deputy minister at the time he was still sitting?
Okay.
Why did this strenuous process start with a sitting government official? It makes the public to think that the government has something to hide. Fortunately for us, the president suspended him, took the political action, suspended him. This matter, even when the police director became director, saying he became director, there are others who are being accused of behind bars.
Okay.
The behind bars. So it's good to do this process. For me, can you prove it? Look, please, don't be that. Go to that. Just go to that central person. You see plenty there. The chief justice you got to be specific. So I'm saying.
Let me provide one instance. Okay, yes, as we speak, one of my. So what can I?
Yeah.
As we speak, one of my persons is in jail since June of this year for an allegation of rape.
Yeah. So you're asking for instance, so the representative get instance. For me, I didn't want to go because
they were in a room and a little girl came from.
Since the IG became police director, IG for the LMP. There are rape cases that went there. Yeah, some of them they have direct evidence to go to court. I agree. Some of them no evidence at all. They don't take them to court to go put them behind bars. My point in this whole case has been, why were Mr. Brian McGill arrested?
Yes.
If you don't take him to central prison, you detain him at police station.
Yep.
For either 48 hours or 24 hours. You said based on preliminary evidence, you didn't see anything, but you allow him to go home. You be doing the investigation to show that others are behind bars, so he went behind bars.
Okay,
that's my point. Okay, that's my point.
Let's hear from you.
This case.
So let me come in, please.
Walking all around and living his life.
All the criminal justice system. Not because you're not in central prison, so it means that you're not detained. No. All right. It depends again on the gravity of the evidence. All right. Like I said, our law says you cannot keep the man more than 48 hours without filing to court. Now, those who are behind bars is a violation of their fundamental right. Their lawyers can file. Put the evidence that you have against these people, and thank God, Honorable DB is here, schoolmate or so. He has the right to get a lawyer to file for his nephew or whoever it is and say, bring the evidence to court. We cannot be violating. Look, law says
it's not billable.
Behind bars, I'm coming at you. behind bar after 2 terms of court, you have the right to request for that release. In fact, this guy, the former JPC boss, Augustine Too, has just filed to the court to release up to, I think, 100 inmates because they have not been taken to court. He said it's a violation of their right. Not because we don't push for these things, we sit and allow them to happen, and then we say it should keep happening to everybody. That's wrong.
So the truth is, the character involved, as I said, it has negative impact on the state, on the government. It's clear. Why is that this process for supported? I support this process because Mr. is suspended. Mayo, he is suspended. If this matter happen to clear him, he will get his pay for the time he sat for.
So,
okay, yeah, Moses, finally.
Can I come after Mr. Moses?
Mr. Sandy.
Moses, go ahead.
Sandy.
Okay. Yeah. Quickly, let me just say this. Look, I am not a student of law, but what I do know of, there's enough probable cause for the arrest of the former deputy minister at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. We have the record to show that there was penetration. We have the record that shows that the family acted within the scope of the law. This matter was reported to the police within 24 hours. And the police gave the go-ahead, go and do a test. The test was done. You have probable cause. We have legal luminaries. Stewan Gonglo, former Solicitor General, he has spoken to this matter. He said, look, the facts are just too many. Arrest this guy. The father has claimed that the former deputy minister reached out to him and apologized.
I like that.
The role of the police is not to prosecute. The role of the police is to initiate the legal process. You gather the facts, charge, and forward to court. That's all the public is asking for. But what we see is selective justice. Mr. Kumar from the Ministry of Agriculture was arrested and thrown into prison because they say, oh, well, he was caught in the act, or people pointed fingers at him. Mr. Como, IG Como, all we want you to do, gather the facts, whether sufficient or insufficient, forward this man to court, because the police over the year has set precedents.
Okay.
There are so many people in prison.
Okay, Moses, then let's go.
Circumstantial evidence. What are you waiting for?
Okay. Madam Rose, your final comment on this quickly.
So the problem in this country, people think they're above the law. Once they become leaders or ministers or whatever, they think they're above the law. And we as citizens of this country need to be standing up and letting them know they are not above the law. I don't know where the IG comes from to announce about this case and stuff, but you know, there's when the guy, what's his name? I can't even see his name.
Brian McGill.
It's an Erwin Family, Mr. Family. The guy in the court suit. Yeah, when he tells me that there's so many evidence or so many things the IG have done. First of all, this country have a problem with finding evidence right or wrong, because the way to go about things, they don't have equipments, they don't have a lot of technology thing here. It's a problem. So you're not gonna tell me that you did a proper call, you went through a lot of, this and that, and you found out they didn't happen. No, I'm not convinced, because you don't have the equipment here. You don't have the technology here. So you're not gonna tell me that. Again, if someone said they are ripped, you need to make sure come protect them, get the person that ripped them, hold them for maybe 24 hours or 48 hours, question them, make the public to know we are serious. You don't just let them, don't touch them at all, let them go about their business, and you say, "Oh, proper car, you ain't see phone record, you ain't see this, you ain't see that." Who are you talking to? We are
Okay.
experts. We're not crazy. We know better. We've been into some cases about rape. We're not crazy here, so we need to do the
Okay.
right thing.
Okay, let's go here.
So
Yeah,
let me
quickly.
just respond.
Just,
to my
yeah,
sister.
in a second,
Let
in a
me,
sec-
let me see this. In
Yes.
as much as we know that the police has some level of limitation, the police subpoena the cell phone record of the both parties, and it was based
Alright.
on that. It was based on
Yeah.
that he said when they actually tried to pinpoint where the two persons were at the time that this particular incident is reported to have occurred, it shows that they were at two
Do we
different
know,
locations.
come in, gentlemen, no. Do we know whether the phone that McGill presented to the police is the only phone he used?
Of course, the police investigated that.
Do we know that?
I'm coming.
Apparently, McGill should have more than two, three phones.
Even if he has more than 2-3 phones, the cell phone company will be able to pick it up. That's
You
technology.
Okay.
There's no way you
Gentlemen,
can There's a mistake. There's a mistake here that is being made,
Mhm.
and people are not actually looking at it. I listened to the girl, right? He was with Councilor Gonglo. I think he went. So he said when the incident happened, Brian McGill went to his house and called people to talk to him and this and that. If you believe that Brian McGill went to your house, take that evidence that Brian McGill actually admitted to his guilt and take it to the police and see what
Apparently,
once you can find
in one of his
corroborate.
explanation, he said
Uh-huh.
they were not allowed to have their phones on. So unfortunately, he could not record. But
Even if they are not allowed, the law says once you can have somebody
Gentlemen, let's close on that.
the information that is given,
Let's
you can
close
use
on
that.
that. Yes.
So let me close on this.
Yeah, quickly.
I still insist, even before talking about someone in the whatever mobile company to bring call logs and stuff, immediately after the alarm, as it is done, that's a precedent. The individual will be picked up, will be behind bars. He will have stayed there after the police search to call logs. If there is no sufficient evidence, police will have said, look, up to now, no evidence, we cannot be keeping this person in jail. Let him go, we'll be following him.
You see, still at the headquarters.
They refuse to play by the police station. The man will go to the police station and go back. You go there, he go back. That's where the problem is with the public. That's where
The police will not detain you.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, let's close on that.
Okay.
Finally, we woke up this morning to this whole news about confusion, land dispute, land dispute surrounding the construction of the CDC headquarters. We understand that some parties are disputing. The other party is saying that they got the property. The other party is saying this. And then we saw this post quickly from Len Eugene Nangwe, a very hardcore member of the coalition. And then he writes, he said, even if we buy land in heaven, gentlemen, listen, even if we buy land in heaven, the Unity Party will want to do things to stop us. Nothing going to stop our groundbreaking on Saturday. We are going to build our headquarters in record time, and we will later go go Grand Bassa rather to break ground for another headquarters. Eugene asserted. The legitimate owner bought their land in 1963 and sold it to us. The land is in fence, and I don't think anyone will put someone land in fence for so many years without the person raising concern. So, gentlemen, Eugene Nangwe is trying to throw jobs at the Unity Party. Is it that Unity Party is behind this purported crisis? Let me hear from you.
You know, it's laughable.
What makes it laughable?
Government or past government has served this country for 6 years, sat over the vault of our country, control
Yes.
it with for our economy, and cannot even maintain, their house. Actually,
Why do you call me to your house?
listen to me.
Because the reason why I'm holding it, I'm coming now. I'm coming.
You gotta put something
I'm to learn. Why do you call me now? I'm coming. When you the unit
Party don't even have a own place.
for 12 years. I'm coming. No, I'm coming. You left for 12 years. And you could not build a party headquarters. CDC CDC kept me for 6 years, and CDC built a party headquarters that was recently demolished. So what makes it laughable to you?
You cannot compare the United Party with the CDC.
But if you left for 2 years,
listen.
What makes it?
Listen to me.
Yes, go ahead.
The United Party is a party of refinery. It's not the CDC. And right now, the CDC just left power, right? And they never even maintained their home. And they sat there, today they have no home. So who chasing them? No one chasing them. But let me just say this. The CDC said September 17th, there was to break ground by George Weah and let the other guys that build their pandemonium.
Please.
I need protection, please. Yeah. His name is George Weah.
Former president.
No, former president Weah. We want to qualify that.
We this station.
Disrespect him.
Okay, for the time, yeah, former president Weah. Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, but let me just say this, right? So, end of the day, those guys, they built pandemonium and never maintained even the party headquarters. So, they went back to the poor, struggling masses to give data. What happened with the data?
No,
they cannot even
I come. You're trying to go off tangent. You're going off tangent. The question I ask you, is the Unity Party behind any syndicate or any effort or any chicanery to cause, to derail the construction process?
The Unity Party not beyond them. The Unity Party is focused to see how they to the country. So I come in on our quote, right? So the guys should not bring the Unity Party to disrupt the minds of the people, right? Because the Unity Party is based now to see how best to transform this country. Okay, it's not about basing in the interest as a focus on the CDC.
Okay, David, do you share the view of your colleague?
Very much, but let me ask something. Coming from my glasses on. Look, John F. Kennedy in 1961 said, and I quote, "Don't ask what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." I'm saying this to say to all political party leaders, UP, what kind of PTD, what, when they make you president or senator or whatever, before you can think about building your condominiums and buying homes in Ivory Coast and Ghana, the people that give you power, empower them first.
Okay.
Once you do that,
you made your point. Mr. Cody made your point. Representative Debbie, are you there? Representative Debbie, are you there?
Somebody you see me now?
Mr. Cody made your point. Let's hear from the Rep.
You see, man? I'm finished yet.
Yeah, accused of this CDC, I agree. Accused of being Representative Debbie, what do you think? What's your reading in what's
you people?
We just read the statement by Eugene Nangwe.
Let me tell you this thing. The Unity Party, the CDC, they don't have morals to criticize one another when it comes to maintaining a home. It has 12 years renting in one small tight place.
I didn't know
election.
Break it down.
Oh man, you give me a chance. I don't know what you belong to. We have to be objective. Some of us are objective. We are honest about what we do, and so when we hear these kinds of things, we have to say what it is. The party has no moral to talk to CDC when it comes to having a party headquarters or not. My point here is the United Party need to focus on governance, then focusing on who becomes who 2029. Who becomes who 2029 depends on what you do today. Whether CDC wants to go here, CDC wants to go there, they'll leave CDC with themselves. They were in power for 6 years. after very immediate after the defeat, they came meeting their headquarters, their own business to do it. Leave them, let them go. I mean, think about what they can do. I think the United Party is so concerned about CDC that when you evict people in our law, when you win a law case and you carry police to demolish houses, you carry a bulldozer to do that. It shows the hands of United Party in other things. I think we need to focus on governance and stop being prejudiced. We have to stop being hateful. We have to stop. Let's just focus on governance and figure out what the next person does. CDC is going to break ground for that building. Who the deal with go through another person we have to focus on governance.
Okay. No generator today. LEC all over here.
Okay, Rep, thank you. Moses, let's hear from you.
Put information to the representative, please.
Yeah.
You know, there's a saying that says leadership is not about positions, it's about actions towards the people, right? For the representative to come out to say that the Unity Party here is involved within the demolition of the former head of the CDC is quite unfortunate. Then I think actually he's really living in on planet Earth. I think he is existing in another world. But let me just say this. There is conflicting of information pertaining to their headquarters. And the CDC
control. Hello?
Welcome, man. Please tell the law we're going to protect me here, please. Yeah. Tell the law we're going to protect me.
I said what I have to say. You're taking my time. It's my time to speak.
If you provide information, you don't say things that are misleading. You have to provide the information as it is. It is false that United Party was in their place and after their election they were evicted. Is that false?
Yeah. You gotta for you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Right, please let him allow him to lay his stuff.
Yeah. So the past 15 years, right? Those guys cannot even maintain that identical place. So when you say, and the rifle owner came down and they took that case to court. So what the involvement of the government hand into this matter?
Okay.
So it's not unfortunate.
You answer that. Yeah, Moses, let's hear from you quickly.
Well, from my end, this is what I would like to say. Honestly speaking, I don't see the evidence that's insinuate that, the United Party is behind what is happening. What I read about, what I heard in the media is that a gentleman came out to say the property that the CDC has promised to go, the land that they intend to break, where they intend to go do this groundbreaking, that property belongs to him. And I heard that today there was going to be there was going to give some legal paperwork that will put a halt to this whole thing here. So I don't think it is wise for anyone to start running around. This is the work of the ruling party. What is this? The work of the ruling party? Because you don't have the evidence.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Edwin Fambule. Do you think the Unity Party is behind maybe an attempt to derail the construction of the CDC headquarters?
Absolutely not. I don't think so. I think it's just this whole thing trying to grip up with what has happened. The change of power from one party to another. But like Representative Jimmy Radley said, I don't think we have political parties in Liberia. And I want to say this, right? Look at all of the parties that govern this country. After the president who is in power leave, the party dies naturally. NDPL, MPP, Two-Way Party, you can name them. The UP and CDC is of no exception. I can tell you today, if George we had CDC today, there'll be no CDC. Right now, there's a fight even who are they grooming to take over from the Unity Party until we can reach that level of mentality, building institutions, right? That live after us. We'll be in the quagmire.
Okay, let me hold you there. Yeah, just quickly. I've got to open the last quickly. By 10:15 should be. I'm 10.
Probably you people didn't listen to the Unity Party chairman press.
All right, before then, let me just announce the numbers quickly.
Yeah.
0886-540-987. Again, 0776-540-987, or better still, 0886-540-987, 0886-540-987, or you can call this other number, 0886-050507, 0886-050507, or better still, 0778-460-793, 0778-460-793. That's the numbers to call. Yes, go ahead.
So, Mr. Moderator,
yesterday, the chairman,
I have information, please.
The chairman of the Unity Party held a major press conference where he announced a campaign, a committee to build 15 offices in the 15 counties, apart from the headquarters that he said they will soon be building. So I think with that will be a groundbreaking change in the political. In fact, here is, I don't think anybody in the Unity Party, maybe some apologies of the party, we talk about CDC headquarters. I don't want to think any senior person that got real stake in the Unity Party cares about what happened in the CDC.
Okay.
It's too large or full large space that you can pull out almost 15, 20, 60,000 people. They can't, 5,000 can't even fit in a year. So, I mean, it's not anything to argue about.
Okay. Let me announce the numbers again. 0776-540-987, 0776-540-987, or better still, 0886-540-987. Let's hear from you quickly.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Emmanuel Peewee, and I'll call from the Congo Channel.
Okay.
All right, my attention has been drawn to the IG.
Please lower the volume of the radio. Lower the volume of the radio.
Okay, let me lower the volume of the radio.
Yes, quickly.
All right, my attention has been drawn to Brian Mangil. I actually support the police IG, the comment I made or the statement I made concerning Brian Mangil. You see, for one fight, sometimes, I don't know if you're an investigative journalist, but I would like to urge you guys to at least visit the prison sometime and then you those inmates that was allegedly accused of rape. Because sometimes I have one of my friend brother that we graduated from the same school, which of course, if you don't mind, I can disclose his name. For the past few years, 2023, he has been in prison. He only want to go 2 times.
Okay.
The person who accused him did not even come to court and stay beyond by, including all innocent people. You see?
Okay. We hear that. Thank you very much for making your statement. Let's take this call on the line quickly. Good evening. Hello. It seems that line is. Let's take this other line quickly. Let's take this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Please, Patrick, and calling to community.
Okay.
The CDC is not me for me businessman. To what? What? For the project to pay money to buy. Then go ahead, but you cannot afford this on breaking things in the
Okay, many thanks. Thank you very much. 0776-540-987. Better so 0886-540-987. Let's take this call on the line. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. My name is Chuma Odabe, and I'm joining you to district number 16 in the borough of Newtown this season.
Okay.
Let me appreciate your family this evening. First thing, I want to talk about the issue that has to do with the boring former.
Yeah.
You know, we all listen to the police.
Is she outside?
Please, Madam Rose, you are coming on. Yes, go ahead.
So we listen to the police RG. I do believe that what the police say is welcome because we men in Liberia during Manaseri regime, we cry for women falsely accusing our brother for grave allegations, and they say last time in jail. So this is the then you get that person to jail after some time. Then it comes to realization that that person never did it out. And that person is lavishing jail in our future God. I think this step we should support it. Although we're not encouraging rape in this country, we're not encouraging no way to rape. But if somebody says you rape, then that person should bring that evidence, and that evidence will be something that can be tangible before you can post my issue. So the cost of the security part of the issue. You know, the poor illegal thing, people have share them for taking this step of building their own party. But they should stop the talk of Ghana by saying the government is the one behind the party issue. I think they should do what they do to get a party headquarters built and focus on their party only to redeem their party image.
Okay. Okay, many thanks. 0886 050507, better still 0778 460 793, better still 0776 540 987, again 0776 540 987, better still 0886 540 987, 0886 540 987, or 0776 540 987, or the other number 0886 050507. Let's take this call on the line quickly. Good evening. Yes, your name and where you calling from quickly?
I'm Anthony P. calling from Lebanon Street.
Okay, let's hear from you.
My issue has to do with the United Party. United Party and TDC are two main parties we have in the country for now. So when something wrong is happening to one will always point at the others. CDC were the CDC are the four parties. Party headquarters. They recently demolished. They were there after when CDC left out. The owner of the place with issue. Now CDC was taken away. They found another area. They are able to do ground picking. What they do is they shut it. Honor money above. Who the CDC didn't want. They want young CDC. For them, all that they are doing, see to it that every effort that we make to find or party headquarters, let them know what they want to do.
Okay, many thanks. You made your point already. You made your point. Let's take this other call on the line. We'll take a 3 more calls and wrap it up. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you quickly.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. You see, it's a country here, people try to envy each other. And by doing this, we'll never move anywhere. If you are in a position and the other man is on the other side there, I think it's better for us to work together. But the way I see the ruling party, my brother, we are not going anywhere. People see that we enjoy in this country about nothing. Because the evidence, you see people, they suffer too much. I think we expect the government to do the right thing by making sure the food get on people's table. People are supposed to be concerned about the people. I mean, the party were dropped. They dropped. Let them go ahead. If they want to come back, let them go ahead to do their own thing. They can
Okay.
they can come back. Or to see your friend there, the person, so then you go behind the person, then you go top behind the person, then you move from there, then the council things that you've created, and that shit is not.
Okay, you made your point. This final caller. Good evening. Yes, sir. Your name and where you calling from quickly?
My name is Kamo. You calling? I call from Brodsky.
Okay.
Yes, based on the issue of the legal and Mr. McGee. On this particular program, we are listening from all around. And other people out there are already listening to the program and getting the program live. So your panelists on the show tonight, we're not getting anything from Mr. Cody. Mr. Cody will come on the show. You have to provide some things on the show that will be able to be able to reason with him and will be able to take out there and discuss in the public.
Okay.
But nothing we are getting from Mr. Cody, especially for the issue of liberty. If you visit Mr. Koti House in a place that you see many of the literary are going to Mr. Koti House. Mr. Koti is not providing nothing on the particular show to me for us.
Okay. Okay. All right. Many thanks. Many thanks. This last one quickly. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you quickly.
It is one thing I noticed about Liberians. You know, everybody want to be a politician. They don't know the particle of politics. It is impossible for UP to know whatsoever CDC does. So people are talking about jealousy, this, that. These are the reasons why people learn politics. And when you say politics, it's being careful with it. So my contribution is let them just seize the noise and look at what the two big parties were doing in
Okay.
2029.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, we've got only 3 minutes to go. We're not taking additional calls. Are still coming in, but we're not taking additional calls. Let's try to go around the table quickly. Reverend Crystal, your parting comment on the 3 issues, on of the 3 issues that we spoke about quickly. Your parting comment, Reverend Crystal, just in a second.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to say my party comment will be on the last issue with regard to the headquarters of the CDC. I think it's becoming a very good trend for our political institutions now that are trying to own their own property, and I think we should be able to celebrate that. I see because the CDC have started, and the Unity Party now also want to also continue with that, and I think it's in a good direction, and other political parties should follow same so that we can have some beautiful buildings in our country. Thank you very much.
Okay. Representative Dimi, are you still there? Your parting comment? Representative Dimi.
I want to say thank you for the. No, are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead quickly.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are hearing you. Go ahead.
All right. So I want to say thank you for. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be on this show again tonight. It's been a while. I've been engaged with my constituents back and forth. I just want the Liberians to understand that when we enter the theater, we go there to represent our constituency. And there's no one that will suppress us, and will not entertain that from anybody. We go there to represent our people and the interest of this country. Liberia is about, and the interest of this country is what matters. Regardless of which side we are, we must keep the welfare of this country by being earnest, by being truthful. That's the only way Liberia will do. Thank you for the opportunity.
Many thanks, Reb. Let's take the lone female on the program, Rose Joy. Let's hear your comment, your parting comment out of the topic. Yeah. Quickly, your parting comment. Okay, it seems that we're gonna get a difficulty. Your parting comment.
Thank you. Just one advice I have for the CDC. If you continue what you're doing, this blame game, and don't concentrate on your headquarters, I would not be surprised to hear that you are evicted again. Please keep your attention on your new headquarters and do it properly this time. You did not do it properly before, that's why you lost. And you spent a lot of money and you lost. Please concentrate on your and stop the blame game. And to the caller who called talking about children to come to my house. If your girlfriend ever came to me before, I didn't bring her here. I didn't haul her here. People come to me and I appreciate that. I did not go to anybody's house to bring their girlfriend to my house here. So please, this is not for the show tonight. But you do it, I will deal with you.
Is that true that young girls always go to your house?
Yes, young girls come to my house. I don't find anybody here.
Okay, all right. Let's hear from Rose. Rose, let's hear from your parting comment. Or and end of the discussion, the discussion point. Your parting comment.
Hello, guys. I'm sorry, but anyway, thanks for giving me the opportunity to be on here. Especially being the only woman on here, it's great. Again, UP have no voice to talk about CDC not owning a place. They have no voice. Secondly, I hope this rape case be, put to the public seriously. I hope they exhaust every evidence to bring, even check this man, arrest him. Try to arrest this guy.
Okay.
Nobody is above the law.
Okay.
And like Bruce
All right.
wanted to understand that nobody is above the law. Again,
Okay.
thank you again. And thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Mr. Browning, Fumble, let's see your party coming quickly. Just in a second.
Let me say thank you, and let me say to the all-powerful chairperson of the Unity Party, Dr. Trumpet, thank you for the votes.
That he took the 2 days on the basis of making our partisans currently to understand that before December, we will be erecting our various party headquarters in the 15 counties. And let me just say this.
That's right.
And let me just say this to the people. They don't have
only 1 minute, second you have.
Yeah, so the debate is already over. I turn it to the now. We will take Joseph Yuma Baka back to the mansion. Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's edition talking like this. The mail cross over, but we'll have you too so that you guys why you cross over. Edwin, yes.
Yes, but I would like to quickly just speak on the issue at the Capitol building. I want to reach out to Speaker Kuhn to say to him, look, it's time to reconcile.
Okay.
Bring everybody on board, whatever their request is, whatever they want, sit with them, have a discussions and see how best you can move things forward.
Okay, thank you, Edwin. George, before I go to Moses.
Thank you. Again, add my voice to Mr. Fambule. Speaker Kuhn, we know that you lead a political theater. That's a political theater. Even if you do for everybody, you still have opposition, but minimize the tension by dealing with everybody so that stability can return to the House.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Moses, quickly, let's hear from you. Just in a second. Moses?
Yes, okay. Quickly, in a second, I just want to say, like everyone have said, that I think it's time now for peace to begin to reign in the House of Representatives. Millions of dollars wasted for nothing. We don't want another chaos in there again. Yeah, it was a great show. Thank you.
All right, so let's reference just few of our viewers, not all. Nissan Jabadai from Sano County, Jabadi from Sano County, Patrick P. Guer from Nimba County, been watching. Victor Molba from Freeport, he been watching. Vinicius Junior Bai, he didn't say from where. Ansu Gibson, he said, been watching from New York, USA. Chris Makanda from Bagnozil. Gloria Boyum Batsaway from the USA. Fruitful, didn't say from where. Been watching. Roberto Richards, didn't say, from Louisville. Okay. Well, that does it. Thanks to all of my parents. My guests will be back here on Friday for the weekend edition of the Nighttime Heat. Until then, Sober Josh is my name. Have a pleasant and restful night.